guys, scenthound here. Today we are going to talk about Mancera's Red Tobacco, one of the more famous Mancera fragrances. A very love it or hate it product. As the color red implies, it's like a warning to you, either you're going to wear it or it's going to wear you. Quite a macho perfume. Oops, there goes the bottle box. So at least I can show you now the serial number and whatnot, made in France. So basically this perfume launched in 2017. And as is usual with Mancera, it has all these multitude of notes. They love to throw in lots of notes inside there, which is good because the 90s perfumes which were really good, like Acqua di Gio and Leo de Issei by Issei Miyake, all of them had lots and lots of notes, which the trend seems to be going away nowadays with the Hermes H24 and all these new Acqua di Gio, Eau de Parfum. You can see the number of notes have drastically come down, maybe cost cutting, I don't know, or the trend, minimalism trend. This one got lots of stuff inside, guys. Let me think, let me ramble on what are the things. Cinnamon is one of it. What else is inside there? It's got green apple, it's got white pear, it's got incense, it's got nutmeg, lots of oriental spices they've thrown inside that. And then it's got things like what else? Sandalwood, guaiac wood, okay, with all these blends of notes. It's got musk as well. So all these being thrown inside, and of course the most obvious, as the name itself says, right? Obviously it's got lots and lots of tobacco inside there. This perfume, I have to agree, very much for you to test. You can't blind buy this, and to be honest, I blind bought this because they didn't have a tester at the shop. But since this is like a very famous Mancera, I thought, okay, let's give it a go. And after buying it, I found that it's a very love it or hate it perfume. It's got it reminds me of, because I'm very, I move around all these oriental areas and all that, a lot of traditional places, temples where you got incenses, smoke coming around, and elderly people who like to chew betel nut and all this stuff. So the very first thing that sort of comes to my mind when I inhale this opening of this perfume is that it's giving me that vibe of those elderly traditional people, like tribal people and whatnot, that kind of feeling. It's not necessarily wrong, it's cool in its own way, I guess, but that's the vibe I'm getting, because oftentimes you associate a smell with a certain place, right? So maybe like if you smell ambroxan and all, you might associate it with shower gel, hotels and so on, right? If you smell citrus, you might associate that with summer, being in the orchard, these kind of things. So this blend of tobacco, strong tobacco, because I'm sure many of us had uncles and aunts and old folks who used to smoke pipe, and they used to chain smoke. Of course, in the current day and age, people smoke less. Either they vape or they what else do they do? All the modern drugs, cannabis and whatnot. So smoking maybe is not as pronounced, and even if people smoke, not as heavy as back in the day. So in this situation, if anybody of the current generation were to smell that tobacco can go one way or another, right? If you have positive experience with it, you might recall some a mid-aged successful tycoon smell. But if you maybe encountered some shady characters, you might end up associating this smell with something that's unpleasant and not nice. So if you are a risk taker type, if you like to sort of elicit strong reactions around the room, if you want strong attention when you are entering a place, then in those circumstances, this definitely will do its job for sure. No doubt about the strong projection and longevity, that will definitely be there. The issue is whether people are gonna be happy with it or not. Okay, I think if you go to more of European kind of places, more people might like it, because they probably are more neutral about this blend of oriental, incense and nutmeg and all these things. But if you go to a more Orient, they might be confused, right? You might have a group who say, hey, this guy is cool, man, and another group that will say like, well, this guy smells like some ancient old man sitting in a temple, a monk or something like that, who was unwashed for a few days and who smokes a lot and all those things, right? So yep, it can go either way. Okay, so for perfume lovers, perfume collectors, definitely this is something you can sort of test out. Even if you're not into it, you can sort of keep in your collection just as a unique blend. Other than that, yep, this is not like a safe scent. Definitely, I wouldn't say it's a safe scent. It's not like something you can just like say CK1, you know, or even Aqua Digio, something you can just slap on and go around, and it's just a pleasant, happy light scent. It's not that. It's a kind of a, it speaks of a man who's gone through a lot in life, and maybe a rough kind of character, maybe even a gangster, you know. He's gone through ups and downs. Look, he's a strong personality. He's seen big victories and big losses. So if you comes to you with this kind of aura, you're like, whoa. A good example is maybe like, say, Mike Tyson in his prime, right? If he were to have worn this perfume and walk towards you, he would have been double as intimidating. You'll be like, whoa, this guy has such an aura, man, you know. So yeah, I mean, if you're going into some kind of competition, you want to sort of psychologically put off your opponent, you know, maybe you want to spray one or two of these Mancera, and then sort of go for the competition. And then this might of course, if you yourself don't get a headache first, you might be able to sort of throw off your opponent and how to say win the battle, as it were. Okay, so if you're going into any negotiations or any kind of situation where you have a what do you call it, a kind of a guy who against you, you have to negotiate, and you want to give a try of throwing them off the, how to say, making them uncomfortable, shaking them up a bit, then yeah, you might want to do that. Many people dress in a certain way and talk in a certain way to sort of get what they want, and strong perfume also might do the trick. Try it out and then tell me, guys, what happens. But don't go for very high stakes situation, especially where you are the person who needs help, right? Because then you might come off as maybe arrogant or rude and so on. So it's something that can be risky. So it's up to your judgment where you want to use this weapon, this ballistic missile called Red Tobacco. Sounds like it's a hunt for Red October or something, right? Yep. So with that, I conclude. I'm a bit conflicted about giving marks for this, because this is very love it or hate it perfume. Maybe should I just give it a 2.5 out of 5, meaning it's just midway. You can either love it or hate it. But I have to say the projection longevity is fine, it's cool. If this is a screw-on cap, it's a bit of older stock that I got. But yeah, I guess this is it from Scenthound. Share your experiences if you already had used this perfume, or did you have any funny responses from people. This is a perfume that I think definitely is likely to give those kind of weird response from people compared to whatever stuff you've been wearing before. So definitely an interesting product. Okay guys, 2.5 out of 5 from Scenthound. Take care, much love, bye bye, stay safe.